Welcome to IBC 2024 and to the show On Track with Ateliere Creative Technologies. And today I have Maria with me. Maria, welcome.
Thank you very much for inviting me to your train. I'm very happy to be here.
You have a habit of missing trains, I heard.
Not a habit, but I have to say I miss my train to IBC, so I hope I will not miss this one. Well, in fact, I am already the train.
This one you made, so that's the important train you made, right? So, Maria, you work with OMDIA?
I work in OMDIA, so I am in charge of the whole media and entertainment practice at OMDIA, part of Informatech, Senior Research Director, and we cover media and entertainment trends all around the world.
So, is it fair to say that few persons knows the industry better than you do with all your data?
You are correct.
So
I think that's a correct statement.
If you have any question whenever about how we are doing as an industry, call Maria. And on that note, I have a few considerations, if you like, and I phrase those as statements. So I'm going to test those statements on you, and you might be able to back it up or not with data. And my first statement is that under 25ers watch TV only on the smartphone. Is that correct or wrong?
Wrong. In fact, Johan, it is very wrong, and because I love data and numbers, I want to put a slide for people watching the program that highlights, is slide number 1. It highlights how under 25s watch a lot of content on the smart TVs. In fact, it's 21% of people between 18 to 24, they watch their content on the smart TV. Of course, as they grow older, the percentage increase. So between 45 to 64, the percentage go to 38%. But all age groups watch content on their smart TV.
Is this, next to this information, have you seen any trends here, or is the viewing on smart TVs increasing, or is it because a few years ago I think a lot of people thought that smart TVs was kind of only for, or TVs was only for the older generation and so on. Is that something that is changing, do you think, or is it?
Yes, the penetration of smart TVs per home is increasing a lot. So more and more people have a smart TV. And also something to make people aware who are the leading smart TVs in the world, Samsung and LG, because not only they have the TVs, they own their own TV OS, their own platform. But when we speak about the connected TV world, the smart TVs, we have to bear in mind that sometimes people connect those TVs to another device. For example, if you buy a Samsung TV in the US, 36% of people connect that Samsung TV to a games console. So in the connected TV world, it's very complicated. It's not only which smart TV you have at home, it's also, do you connect that TV to another device? It can be a set-top box, it can be a games console, it can be another device. So many things to take into account in the connected TV world.
So TV can become smart in many ways, if you like.
Correct. Yes, there are many ways to be connected, not just with a smart TV.
Very interesting. I have another somewhat similar question or statement. That is, I have a belief that all those social media services and so on are more for the young, at least the newer ones are more for the younger generation. So TikTok as an example, that's only for people under 25, right? Or are there older people watching TikTok as well? Stop as well.
Stop as well. Sorry, Johan, but yes, many people think TikTok, Instagram, YouTube are for the younger audiences, people under 25. That's in fact not true. And again, I'm bringing you another slide to tell you exactly, it's slide number 2, how all age groups, even people between 55, 64, they're heavy users of YouTube and also heavy users of things like TikTok. So I compare their services like Netflix, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and you can see all age groups are engaged with this type of content. Of course, for example, with TikTok, the percentage is lower as you get older, but again, we cannot think that these social media platforms is something just for young generations. So my message is, be where the eyeballs are, and there are lots of eyeballs in these social media platforms.
So that's very interesting, because one of the things I discussed with Ivan Shapiro recently is whether broadcasters should put the content on those platforms such as TikTok and YouTube, or if they should not. And Ivan is of a strong opinion that they should, because they need to be on the platforms where the audience is.
Okay.
Do you share that, or do you?
That's a very obvious question that I think everyone in the world will agree. I don't think you need to be a statistician, have a PhD to know that obviously, you need to be engaged with the social media platforms. Us at OMDIA, we have been saying this for years and years and years. YouTube has been now for a long time #1 video service all around the world. And I brought you another slide number 3, if we want to put it there, to show you per country. Yes, let's put a slide to show you per country what are the most favorite video services. And you can see there, YouTube is #1 in every single country: US, UK, Germany, France, Brazil, South Korea, and in more countries that I don't have here.
And this is in total, or is this?
Yes, between 18 to 65 years old, the #1 most used service is YouTube. And then in countries like US, it's Instagram Reels, even above Netflix. Number 4, TikTok. So obviously, you need to be part of those broadcast or those platforms. Also very important, in countries like UK, Germany, and France, public service broadcasters are really relevant. So they are really, really relevant. So I may disagree with Evan that broadcasters are not dead. Yes, they need to be agile. But in the UK, for example, people love the BBC, people love Channel 4. So there are broadcasters doing a very good work around Europe. And that's why things like Fast, for example, is very popular in the US. You see Tubi and Roku in the top 10.
Yeah.
But in Europe, we love our service broadcasters and they're in the top 10. Can they do better? Yes. Should they be involved with social media platforms? Yes. But Europe and US are very different regions, countries, so there are lots of differences.
So on the list you just showed, that is public service broadcasters on their own streaming platforms,
Correct.
So not on YouTube. So it might be that you have the content on YouTube as well, as a matter of fact, and then they would reach even more.
No, of course. And in fact, not only public service broadcasters, many premium pay platforms, they put clips, they put some type of content in YouTube, in Instagram, in TikTok to promote premium content under the pay window. Or even in Fast, we're talking a lot about Fast. There is a lot of tendency now to maybe put one episode of a TV series in the Fast free world to attract attention in a free way and then move it into a pay window.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of things happening in today's world, collaboration with those social media platforms and also collaboration with fast channels.
So I know that for many broadcasters this is a very political, complicated decision. To what extent they could, if you will, fuel those kind of commercial platforms using their public service content, but if you want to reach the viewers, you might not have a choice.
And I don't think it should be that complicated and that politically scary decision to make, because again, in the US, going back to the US, if I ask you the number of hours of content they watch in 2023, in the US they watch more than 100 billion of hours in YouTube, 60 billion of hours TikTok, and this is double the number of hours of content being watched in Netflix, that is 30. So again, when we look at number of hours, 100 billion YouTube, 60 TikTok, 30 Netflix. So I don't think it should be that complicated to realize where the eyeballs are, where are people watching content. So I think it is obvious that yes, these companies are not your enemies, they are friends where you need to be as well to promote what you have in other windows.
Yeah, I think you are right. Since this is supposed to be a game show, and a game show wouldn't be a game show without a game.
Okay.
We're gonna end this journey today with a small game. And I know that you're living in London nowadays, but long before you were a child and lived in even long before you lived in London, there was a popular game show in the UK on the BBC called the Generation Show. And in that Generation Show they had a conveyor belt with objects, and the quiz was to remember as many of those objects as possible. We have a twist on that. So on our conveyor belt, we have items from popular movies.
Perfect.
And it would be fantastic to see how many of those. Do you watch a lot of movies?
Yes, I love movies. So, but I had 3 hours sleep, so I may not even recognize anything today. Not even if you put me here, Superman. But let's see how the game.
Let's see. So we can roll the conveyor belt, and then we see how many you will know. Now we start.
Perfect. Pulp Fiction.
Box of chocolate,
What that can be?
and
I see a ring, Lord of the Rings. I see Star Wars. I see the car from Back to the Future. I see a hat, Harry Potter.
yeah,
That blood thing, I don't know what it is.
and a golden ticket.
Is that Willy Wonka? Yes. Okay, I did better than I expected. How
Yes.
many I did right?
Yeah, we can run it once again. But that was very good, Maria. I don't know exactly how many we're gonna do. We're gonna do the math, and then we will.
I think 90% accurate. So
Yeah, I
I'm
think
very
so as well. You should be proud. You should be
I'm
proud.
very proud.
Thank you for joining
Thank
us.
you for inviting me in this train, and I'm glad I didn't miss it.